Good morning students, welcome to online biology class and the today's topic we are going to be discussed about the mitochondria. These mitochondria is one of the part of in a cell organelles and it will be present in the cytoplasm. Yes, in the last class we already discussed about the Golgi apparatus and the lysosomes. Yes, right? Yes, the Golgi apparatus. Who discovered the Golgi apparatus? Tell me the children. Galileo Galilei. Galileo Galilei discovered the Golgi apparatus. And from where the Golgi apparatus derived? Golgi apparatus derived from the endoplasmic reticulum and it collects the proteins from the endoplasmic reticulum and it is going to be send the simple proteins to the cytoplasm. This we discussed in the last session and next the lysosomes. Lysosomes are derived from Golgi apparatus. These lysosomes are going to be do the function to produce the digestive enzymes. These digestive enzymes, where it is going to be produced? The digestive enzymes are going to be produced from rough endoplasmic reticulum. The digestive enzymes are produced from the rough endoplasmic reticulum in lysosomes. And one more name was there for the lysosomes. What is that name, children? Suicidal bags of the cell. Yes, lysosomes are nothing but suicidal bags of the cell. And these two, Golgi apparatus and the lysosomes, are helpful for the cell to convert the complex substance into simple substances. These and all we discussed in the last session and today's session we are going to be discussed about the mitochondria. These mitochondria is in a very powerful cell organelle in a cell. Yes, it is going to be play an important role. First we will see who coined the word mitochondria. Carl Benda in 1898. Carl Benda coined the word mitochondria. Okay, now coined by Carl Benda. Yes, he only coined the word Carl Benda. Okay, now and next the structure. I am going to be draw the structure now. This was the shape of the mitochondria, children. I just draw roughly the diagram. Okay. Next, I am going to be label the parts of that mitochondria. The first part, we already discussed that all the cell organelles present in a cytoplasm are membrane bounded structure. Membrane bounded means double membrane structures we may call. That's why they will be present in the cytoplasm. The mitochondria is also a double membrane structure. First one, outer membrane. And next, inner membrane. And there is a gap between the outer membrane and inner membrane. That gap we may call it as a inner membrane space. Inner membranal space. Okay. Next, The inner folded membrane will be folded like a matrix. Will be folds like a matrix. The inner membrane will be behave and it will be act as a folds inside the mitochondria. That we may call it as a matrix. And next, these the folds we may call it as a cristae. We may call it as a cristae. The folds we may call it as a cristae. And next, these are F particles, F1 to F12 particles. Yes, these was the parts present in the mitochondria, and now I am going to be described one by one. The outer membrane. The outer membrane of the mitochondria is going to be give the support for the mitochondria not to entry the unwanted material into the membrane. Yes. And next, inner membrane. The inner membrane behaves as a folds. It forms a folds to form the matrix formation. Yes. And next, the space between the inner membrane and the outer membrane, we may call it as a inner membranal space. This inner membranal space gap is helpful for the checking whether this gas is needed or not. These gases needs to go out or not. For checking that purpose, this space is needed to store and entry. Further, the inner membranal space will be used. And next, the inner membrane folds. This is nothing but the matrix. These matrix, the formation we may call it as a cristae formation. And these matrix is having F1 to F12 particles. These F1 to F12 particles, what does it will be do? What does these F1 and F1 particles will do? They are going to be produce the ATP energy. They are going to produce the ATP energy. ATP is nothing but adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. Again I will tell you children. And the one more part present in a mitochondria is nothing but the mitochondria is having their own DNA. This is ribosomes and DNA. They are having their own DNA. Normally in a cell, the DNA is present in the nucleus. These are the cell organs, but these is having more powerful and is going to be produce the energy. That's why they are having their own ribosomes and own DNA to function as their purpose. Yes. And next, yes, here I want to tell to you what does the mechanism is going to be occur in these mitochondria. Normally, we are having drinking some water and we are going to be had some food. Everything we are going to be had. That food, the Golgi complex, what does it do? It is going to be converted to the complex substance into simple molecules. That simple molecules will be tried and it will be entered into the mitochondria with the help of oxidation purpose. The mitochondria mechanism, it is going to be perform one cycle, oxidation of fatty acids and oxidation of energy. Oxidation of fatty acids. Fatty acids means nothing but fat molecules. That fat molecules already contains the energy. That fat molecules, the fatty acids RSO2 will be entered into the mitochondria. Here already the food molecules will be present. That is nothing but the proteins, amino acids, carbohydrates, carbons will be present. These F1 particles are going to be produced, it may be cycled for the production of ATP energy, and as a result it will be sent out CO2 to outside. It will take the O2 inside, it will be generated and it can be performed to generate the ATP energy. ATP energy is stored and excess CO2 no need, no? That CO2 will go out from the mitochondria. That is the mechanism will do by the F1 to F12 particles in the mitochondria. That's why the matrix folded is very useful. Yes. And next, one more thing. These mitochondria will perform the cellular respiration. Cellular respiration. That's why I told to you. It will be take the CO2 inside and as a result it will be send the CO2 out, O2 inside. When at the time of functioning of cellular respiration, it is going to be generate ATP. It is going to be generate the ATP production. ATP is the energy for us. One ATP molecules gives rise to 686 kilocalories of energy. One ATP molecule is going to give rise to the 686 kilocalories of energy. What are the mechanisms will be occurred in our body? The cellular respirations are there. Glycolysis, glyconeogenesis and the oxidation cycles and the Krebs cycle, fatty acids cycle. These and all will be occur in our body. That's why our body is not a one cell. It is a multicellular cell and the specialized cells are there in our body. That's why our body is different to the plant body. Yes, that is about the mitochondria, children. Here one more thing I want to tell you that mitochondria, it is going to be produced the ATP energy. Means energy means power. For us it is going to be give the power. That's why the mitochondria, we may call it as a powerhouse of the cell. Yes, it is called as a powerhouse of the cell. For the cell, the mitochondria is only giving for energy to generate the cell. If the cell is generated, our body is also generated, our organs also going to be get function. All are going to be working together by performing the mitochondria. That's why we are going to be called that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Yes, children, this is about the mitochondria. And one more plastics we will be explaining in this session only. The plastics are nothing but the cell organelle only. Okay. Plastics. Yes, these plastics are also we call it as a membrane bounded structure. It is also having a inner membrane and outer membrane. Now I am going to draw the structure of plastics. Yes. Yes, this is the structure of the chloroplast and it is also having their own DNA. So having some ribosomes. Now I am going to be, what are the parts are there? This is the outer membrane and this is the inner membrane. And between the inner membrane is having the stroma. The structure is called. The three stalks are folded together. That we call it as a grama. Or it is called grama. And these we may call it as the single stalk. We call it as a thallocoid. Single stalk we may call it as a thallocoid. And inside the thallocoid, that we may call it as a lumen. What we may call it as lumen. And own ribosome will be there. And own DNA also will be present. Okay? Yes. This is the structure of the plastids. And now we need to be discussed. Where the plastids will be present? Plastids are nothing but they are present in the chloroplast. Chloroplast cells, where it will be present? Chloroplast cells are present in only plant cells. Plant cells only you may observe the plastids. In the animal cells, the plastids are not there. These plastid cells are going to be produced the two types of cells. Two types of cells the plastids will be produced. What are they? The first one is chromoplast and the second one is leucoplast. Chromoplast and leucoplast. Chromoplast means colored substance, colored pigment. Color will be there. And leucoplast means colorless. Colorless pigment. These chromoplast is a colored. Which color it is going to be produced? Green color. That is green pigment. And the leucoplast, which color? White color. Is going to be produced in the white color. In the chromoplast, again, not only the green, it is going to be produced the orange and yellow pigments also. Based on the presence of sunlight, it is going to be produced. And next, these leucoplasts are primary cells. These are primary stage, you may observe the leucoplast cells. After it is going to be maturity stage, it is observed the chromoplast, means green color you may observe. And here in these chloroplast plastid also you may observe the own DNA and own RNA. Like how you are going to be observed in the mitochondria. Yes. And next, these chloroplastids are only present in the plant cells. Yes, children, the three stalks of the thallocoids we may call it as a grama, and the inside of the thallocoid we may call it as a lumen. The arrangement of these thallocoids we may call it as a stroma. This is about the plastids, children, and tomorrow's session we are going to be discuss the vacuoles and cell division. Thank you, children.